Ashok Pandit is a proud nationalist voice, and Iftikhar Misgar and Dr. Peerzada are both pro-NC, but they have different positions. Dr. Peerzada, I think, majorly defends Omar Abdullah, and Iftikhar defends the Member of Parliament, Agha Syed Ruhullah Mehdi. If he's a Member of Parliament, he is sworn by the... First, he should, if he's going to be an anti-national, he should quit as MP. I think. Don't you think, Ashok? If he's going to abuse Indians, the government of India, say that tourism is cultural invasion, then decent thing is let him quit and do what he wants to. This man is so shameless, he won't even quit, Ashok. He should first quit. Shouldn't he, Ashok?
Arnab, you see, nobody can understand these politicians of Kashmir than a Kashmiri Pandit. We know what their real face is. Now, this guy called Agha has been a plant of Mr. Omar Abdullah. He has been told to take this kind of an act, this kind of a line, so that the real face of Omar Abdullah comes to public. It's a very win-win situation for them, because Omar Abdullah as the chief minister cannot take this aggressive line of pro-separatism. He has planted Agha Syed to say what the real National Conference is all about. National Conference and other political parties in Kashmir cannot be nationalists at any cost. We know their real face. Now this man is a plant. If he would have not got a permission from Omar Abdullah or Farooq Abdullah, he has no guts to say what he's saying today. This exact entire language, all the lines which he is speaking against the country, against tourism, against 370, whatever he's been saying, is basically the voice of Mr. Omar Abdullah and the National
But isn't it
Conference
embarrassing, Omar? I mean, Ashok,
so
Omar is looking so weak. I mean, you have his own MP abusing him, criticizing him, giving him guidance. Omar is looking very weak. So why I don't understand this logic that you're saying he's this plant. Iftikhar, what do you think? Is Omar planting him to do these things? Is Omar Abdullah telling him to abuse tourists, to attack Indian tourism, to compare India to Pakistan, to call tourism cultural invasion? Is the chief minister doing this? Can you unmute yourself, Iftikhar, for a moment?
Arnab, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Yeah. The unfortunate part of the story here is, like, whenever Kashmiri have spoken or taken his fundamental rights on board, he has been called terrorist. That is unfortunate part. Whenever a Kashmiri nationalist who believes in idea of India...
What do you mean Kashmiri nationalist? One minute. What do you mean Kashmiri nationalist?
I said Indian.
What do you mean? No, you said Kashmiri nationalist.
You have always.
Please correct yourself. Don't say Kashmiri nationalist.
Because it is because of the people like Ashok Pandit, Kashmiri shawl owners are being beaten in Himachal Pradesh, because you always treat us anti-nationals when we have given our blood for this country.
He has proved to be an anti-national. He has proved to be an anti-national by calling...
No. My point is I disagree with him. I'll tell you why. Iftikhar. Mehdi, 1 minute. I think that we must be clear. If the chief minister is egging this on, then it's a matter of great concern. If the chief minister is not egging this on, that he should sack him, because let's look at the...
Sack him, Arnab? What is wrong with Agha Ruhullah? Agha Ruhullah is talking about the fundamental rights. Agha Ruhullah is talking about Kashmir.
You cannot have a member of parliament asking for a plebiscite in Kashmir. Do you understand me? You cannot have a member of parliament asking for a plebiscite in Kashmir. Mehdi, 1 minute. Dr. Peerzada, Mehdi said plebiscite Junagadh में कराया गया क्योंकि वहाँ की अक्सरियत हिंदू थी और वहाँ प्लेबिसाइट कराना हिंदुस्तान के हक में था, पर कश्मीर पे प्लेबिसाइट नहीं कराया गया. He is claiming that the plebiscite was held in Junagadh because it was Hindu and it would swing in India's favor. I am asking you, if a member of parliament in my country asks for a plebiscite, that means he has a conflict in his mind about where Kashmir belongs. Kashmir belongs to India. Be clear. Kashmir, Peerzada and Iftikhar Misgar belong to India. You can't have an
Kashmir
MP.
belongs to India, and whatever Aga Ruhollah has said is perfectly all right. See, Arnab, you have a history to read. Go to the history. Whatever he said about Junagadh is true. Whatever he said is Hyderabad is 100%. And whatever he referred to Kashmir, that we were told that there will be a...
No, I find it dangerous. I find it dangerous. And Lalit Ambardar, I don't think we can allow this neo-separatist...
These people...
No, let me go to Lalit. Lalit, this is a new form of neo-separatism.
One second, Arnab.
Yes.
Arnab, I think this is not neo-separatism. What you're witnessing now is the attempt to renew...
Don't take it up.
Renew the old tactics of this national conference, traditional national conference. You know, the founder of national conference merged the patriarch, Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah, the original...
Hello, Mr. Did you ever raise a finger towards RSS?
He played this game with Jawaharlal Nehru, was able to illegal...
You have been always speaking against Kashmiris. You have been always against national conference. You have been always against the
Yes, now I've got to do. One minute, Dr. Peerzada, Mehdi is questioning Kashmir's accession to India. He's asking for a plebiscite. What is his intention and why is Omar Abdullah allowing this? Dr. Peerzada.
Good evening, thank you for having this invite. I take this issue differently because I see it the tension that is rising up day by day between Agarullah Mehdi and vis-a-vis his party. It is basically it's a symptomatic of the tectonic shift in the political landscape of the Jammu and Kashmir. I take it like that way. And it reflects the tension within the region that is still grappling with the post-abrogation 370. So the ground is quite fertile. It is ripe for any political leader to catch on it. But at the same time, I add to this debate that Agar Ruhollah Mehdi is a young leader. He has a very good standing among his followers. I do have a respect for him. They are the divergent. They are the divergent.
No, he's asking for mass anarchy. Dr. Peerzada, let me go to Iftikhar and Iftikhar. Now, Iftikhar, please, Iftikhar, he's saying there should have been a mass protest against the abrogation of Article 370. He's calling for mass anarchy. He's trying to delegitimize an elected central government. He's trying to dilute the authority and sanctity of the decision taken by the parliament. You have an MP who's calling for violence. You have an MP who's calling for violence. This is not what an MP is supposed to do.
Arnab, when 2 times MP Karan Singh, Dr. Karan Singh says
Arnab,
the same.
He should have
Why don't you take it? Why don't these RSS
he should have not stood for
RSS,
elections.
The guys
He has taken an oath. He has taken an oath on the Constitution of India.
Discuss on that.
And Constitution of India has eradicated
they have an agenda.
Article 370.
These Kashmiri Pandits have an agenda.
Constitution of India has eradicated, abolished Article 370. So he cannot criticize or he cannot ask for demand for getting back Article 370. It's a crime. It's a crime. And secondly, Mr. Ali,
when Agar Ruhollah Mehdi, whose father
how can
was
he as an
assassinated by
MP,
terrorists,
who as an MP of this country, India, how can he call the tourists as invaders?
He is a terrorist.
How can he call tourists as invaders? On what basis is he calling the tourists as invaders? He is no less than a terrorist, and that's why he should be called. He should be action should be taken against him as action.
We come across lots of heart attacks nowadays.
Ali sahab, आप सुन नहीं रहे?
पानी पियो. Don't shout. Don't shout.
साहब आप सुन नहीं रहे? Heart attack. आप
your age in consideration. Don't shout.
आप अपना ख्याल रखिए. I'm not
अपना ख्याल रखो.
I'm questioning you. How can a member of
I am hand folding you, telling you, hold on your breath. Take care of your health. Why don't you shout on? Why don't you shout on Karan Singh's son? Why don't you? Maharaja Hari Singh's son, when he speaks about 370 article, when he speaks about 35A, when he speaks about land rights, geographical rights of Jammu and Kashmir,
and how dare
why he is not an international? Why Agar Ruhollah Mehdi, who holds the credibility in Indian nation, why he is targeting as an international? This is hypocrisy. This
Who
is
is he?
hypocrisy.
Who has given
This
him
is
the right
ultimate
to call Indian
hypocrisy.
tourists as
This is
invaders?
We have a situation because Omar Abdullah's member of parliament, Omar Abdullah's member of parliament has called Indian tourists invaders, cultural invaders. Now, Omar Abdullah, in my view, has no right to remain quiet on
He
this.
should be arrested.
He believes that he'll remain quiet, look the other way. He has to clear the air. Where does he himself stand on it? Yes, please. Lalit.
How can you call an Indian tourist and Indian citizens as invaders?
Lalit.
Sir,
Forget
what I was referring to, this purported dichotomy is only to befool us Indians. They are using the Indian constitution, Indian democratic system to sabotage from within.
Why don't you question Dr. Karan Singh also?
Akbar was the member of parliament of Baramulla in parliament last Lok Sabha. That man was member of Assembly. You know what he did in the assembly? He rented the slogan of Pakistan Zindabad right in the live assembly. And what does Sheikh Abdullah and Farooq Abdullah do? Nothing. And they award him with a ticket to Lok Sabha.
On that, he apologized on that. You went to court. You went to Supreme Court for that. He apologized for same. Why you are crying now when he apologized for his mistake?
Bawuk ho gaya. And Mahdi, from day one, for the patriarch for Farooq Abdullah, you know, when he won this election from the Srinagar constituency, he went around and told Kashmiri Muslims in Kashmiri that this man you have elected, he is going to speak for Kashmiri Muslims as well as the Muslims of the rest of India. This is what they do.
Do you know Mr. Sacrifices of Agarullah Mahdi?
Quick.
Do you know his
He was very open about it. He was very open about it.
Have you ever heard?
So what he said, first interview, he said, I, 1995, and when the journalist asked him, he said, no, I belong to the society, and this will happen. This is what they want to do. They want to revive the Kashmir Jihad, revive the genocide of Kashmiri Hindus in full-fledged, full throttle, and don't forget, when they were competing, the election campaign was communism.
It is Bharatiya Janata Party who is putting the blanket on your exodus.
You know for whom?
Janata Party who is putting the Agarullah always talks about your exodus. Agarullah talks always about Kashmiri Pandits. Agarullah always talks about the fundamental rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Agarullah talks about the reservation rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Ashok, his audio is not clear. Ashok.
On behalf of
No, never.
India.
He never spoke about exodus, and we don't want him to talk about us. We don't want any anti-Muslim to talk about Kashmiri Pandit genocide. We better not talk about us because you're responsible for my exodus.
You want me to tell you, 1 minute, viewers, 1 minute. Iftikhar, let me tell you what this neo-separatist Mehdi MP has said. He said that Muslims could not have saved Pandits. He said Muslim majority उस हालत में नहीं थी कि वो किसी की जान बचा सके. उनकी अपनी जान ली जा रही है. मुसलमानों का कत्ल ज़्यादा हो रहा है. He says Kashmiri Muslims were killed more than Kashmiri Pandits.
जो भी हिंदुस्तान के खिलाफ AK-47 उठाएगा उसको तो मरना.
This is what he has said.
What kind of comparison is this? What kind of comparison is this?
Please on air.
What kind of comparison is this?
Ask them don't heckle. Ask them not to heckle. See, whatever he said there were two guns in between.
What kind of comparison you're talking about?
I'm expecting an announcement from...
Two guns, and we are unfortunate that we couldn't save our Kashmiri brother. He said, I am sorry, and I must say honestly sorry to my Kashmiri Pandits that we couldn't save them. What is wrong in that? Why are you judging him in a wrong perspective? Why you are making a narrative for Agarullah Mahdi?
You are responsible.
When
you are responsible. We don't want crocodile tears. We don't want crocodile tears. We are not crocodile. We don't want crocodile tears. You are responsible for my genocide.
He is a nationalist.
You kill us, you rape us, you throw us out, and then say that we can't save him.
Whose father became the victim of terrorism.
And then you can't save him.
Who has sacrificed his childhood for terrorism and for Indian democracy, the Agarullah who stood for India in Jammu and Kashmir, and today you are giving him a name of an anti-national sheikh. Shame on you, Ashok Pandit. How do you call yourself Kashmir?
No, we don't want crocodile tears. We don't want crocodile tears to talk about us. We are not interested. The truth prevails. The truth prevails. You are responsible for my genocide and ethnic cleansing. You and your people are responsible. So don't spread this crocodile tears on us. We are not interested.
Who stood for
we
your
are fighting
survival.
our own battle and
We
know how to fight our battle.
Now, this doesn't look nice.
Don't shed crocodile tears on us.
Ideology.
Don't shed.
Have you ever
You are
spoken against
responsible.
RSS?
You are
No, not a
responsible
single
for my
word.
genocide and exodus. Okay? And you have no right to call my tourists as
You will
invaders.
never utter a word.
Tourists as invaders cannot be spoken about. Kashmir is part of India and will always remain to be part of India.
Who doubts
or anybody
it?
talking
Who doubts
against
it?
it.
You have a doubt. I don't have any
asking for
doubt.
eradication of
India is
370.
me and I am
Eradication of
India.
370 is not possible.
India is me and I
So
am
you
India.
as a